Good morning, guys. You could send out the link. Please mute your mic when you're coming in. You could send out the link to whoever you please, public groups, any groups, just raise the numbers, make it higher. Again, please mute your mic when coming in.
Alright, supposed to be. Alright, so I just. Alright, so I just sent the link everywhere. We running live, so we can get started. Terry, morning, bro. What's going on?
Morning, bro. Morning. Let's take another line out here.
You know, wake up, bro.
Nah, that's breathing. That's breathing. I ain't really feeling to move right now. Life of a tree right now. It is.
Yeah. For sure, for sure, for sure. Do what you want when you want to do it.
Correct. Is right, freedom.
Right. Let's go again on a real bad boy.
Only
Yeah,
up.
but I ain't no proper entries. Just plays and pass, bro. But I have analysis for that. I go have to jump on them other pairs, bro. Um,
Each one teach one, dog. So even though
yeah.
you don't be on the other pairs, I go send a signal. We can do some
Yeah, yeah,
markups.
yeah. I dependent on you there right now.
I might have.
Yeah, I taking for your trades. We ain't getting no proper entries, bro. I gain thinking about nothing to
Call.
yeah.
Understand.
I would take a aggressive entry. But for the team, I can't
Understand.
just call any trade for everybody now, bro.
Fully understood.
Alright, nice. So we're supposed to be
All right, guys. So we live. Send out the link to your friends, your family. Post it on your status. Let everybody see what we're doing over here at Alpha Co. We had a nice session last night. We left it off with a win on GBP JPY. The VIP members had a scalp session this morning. They scalp about 400 pips on gold. So that was well. Right? So more value, live session again with Marlo and myself. Right? So send out the link. Let's get numbers up. Let's try to pass 50 and then we start one time.
last session we get close to 600 on the live.
We get about, um, when you say last session,
Alright, so the last session I
TikTok.
did Monday we get almost 600 on the live.
Right. So that's what we need. Please mute your mic when you're coming in.
Alright.
Background noise. Mute your mic, please, everybody. Sean, Russell, Kathleen, Joel, Aaron. Mute your mics, please.
Let's see if we can mute this guy. Yeah. Who's the next person? Are you sure they can mute? I tell you, just remember mute on yourself, right? There's cause plenty echoing on this side and stuff. Alright, nice. Alright, morning everybody from all the groups and everybody on TikTok, right? So there's your pal Mal, and what we're going to do is what we always do. Hey, wake up there, we set on the live, boy. And what we do is what we always do is analyze the price. Well, it's predominantly the price of gold for me, right? But remember the strategy that we're doing here. We could analyze or use to analyze any pair, any chart essentially, right? So what we attempting to do or what trading is just trying to identify good prices of things to be able to buy the thing, right? So we do the same thing over and over because trading is a systematic thing. It's something that they could easily replicate over and over and over. So what they want to do is to be able to identify the things or use as a rigid set of rules to over and over get the same result essentially, right? So what we're doing is looking at a systematic approach to trading, right? So what trading is just buying and selling things at good prices, pretty much, right? Trading, the chart what you're looking at is a visual representation of the price of things. That's all it is, right? Nice. So I look at get a book, I look at get a piece of paper, whatever, and write down the systematic approach to get the thing done, right? So we're doing the same thing over and over. That easy. So the first thing we just do is we just always check the news, the economics, forex factory. Forex factory is where we go to find out if there have any upcoming news that would affect the price of your asset or whatever you're trading, right? So we can see here, so I like to type it up. 8:30 this morning we had retail sales. So we could see that this is a red folder. Red and orange folders are important. Most likely they'll be on US news, or they would have, US news would affect the market most, right? Not not necessarily positively or negatively per se. It's just it would make the market move with volatile. So it get a big movement or a big change in the price of something rapidly, right? And you don't want to be on the wrong side of that. There are ways to trade the news with fundamentals and whatever. We don't necessarily do that here. And so my recommendation is just to not trade it when it is you're seeing it, right? So you see 8:30 this morning, we got red folder, don't trade. Simple as that, right? Nice. I'll never give my an expected trade. Give me something else to look at. Anything else? Somebody call up here. You always doing good. I want something else.
US 30.
US 30. Alright, we get US 30 and somebody else say something else. We will check out that after. Alright, so we could use any PA essentially, right? Anything we could choose. Yeah, I had a markup on US 30 and already. Nice. So there we go. So what we're looking at, right? So what I want to also understand, right, or do a little bit of I don't want to say analysis, but to try to understand the movement of your PA essentially, right? What does make a candle move? So for those of you who don't know, a candle is these things, right? It's a visual representation of the price movement. So once you see it big in the green, I mean the price went up, it went up rapidly to some degree. If you see it down like this, you see people sell the asset, right? So US 30 is what the 30 biggest companies in America. That is what it is. So if you just know what it is, right, then you could have an understanding of what the biggest 30 fundamentally you could do some research, where's the biggest the biggest 30 companies in America and what they're doing. So it's like a group of companies essentially, right? Like a little index. That is what US 30 is. So if you just understand what it is, you could do a little fundamentals to understand what these group of companies are and what they could possibly be doing and whatever, right? So what we're looking for, as I say, is to identify the price movement. So trading is not necessarily always rocket science. It's just simple logic sometimes, right? It doesn't be as complicated as we think it does be. So what we would do, and this is for any chart, any time frame, whatever. So I would move this, right? Any chart, any time frame, don't matter. And I'll also move the move an average, right? Don't matter. So the first thing we would do is start on the daily time frame. Now the daily time frame is essentially a higher time frame, is where you would identify major movements easily for the most part. Right? Not always guaranteed to you. However, it does give you a clearer indication of when institutions enter the market. An institution is just basically someone with big money, a bank or a hedge fund. A hedge fund is just someone who gathers a group of money and they trade with it, right? So Anybody with big money, right? Millions, billions. That's what trading is essentially, right? It's where the banks is go to make money. And it's a game, it's a playground for them fellas, right? So what we will do is identify the trend. So we want to know if the asset appreciating, going up in value, or depreciating, as we see here, going down in value. So we could identify that using something called a trend line, right? So we could pull one of these guys here. A trend line is essentially where the market dip and touch more than once, right? So you see the market touch it here, it come back down, it touch it here, it go back up, it touch it here, right? So this is a trend line. This is help identify the direction the market going, and it would also help find entry points into the market. So let me say again, let me see the trend line was only here, right? Nothing else here happened, right? So we pull it here, we pull it here. So that's where we identify a valid trend line from. If you just extend it out, you would then see that the market touch here, right? But imagine this didn't happen yet. So this would have been a place that you could identify an entry point from. So that is why putting a trend line is good, to be able to identify, different positions or places or prices that the market could go in. It's systematic. It just keep doing the same thing over and over. So you could kind of almost predict it. No, you can't predict anything in trading because of how it is designed, right? Because trading is not just algorithm, it don't just do whatever you want it to do. Trading is also a visual representation of what people thinking at the point in time, right? People clicking the buttons, essentially. People deciding the price of it, right? Whether I go up, whether I go down, people deciding this too, right? So while it is a visual representation of the price, it's also a visual representation of human fear and greed, right? Whoever mic on, let's mute yourself, please. Right, is also a visual representation of human fear and greed. Right, so that way it's so hard to trade also now, because if you ever enter a trade, you would know that sometimes when you enter, two things has happened to you. Either you're frightened in the trade, or you don't know when to close because you want more. If anybody enter any trade ever, right? So you're in battle with its emotions essentially too now. So that's what is kind of make trading difficult, right? Being able to manage those emotions now, because it is an emotionally demanding thing, right? So now we pull the trend line and we can identify possible position that we could enter in, right? What we then want to do also is mark out something called support and resistance, on support and resistance closer to the price, right? So support and resistance closer to the price. What that mean? The price is this dotted line here. This thing always moving. None of us could move the price. We don't have enough money to make a candle move. Money does make the candles move, right? So we don't have enough of that. So what we're trying to do is identify with the people with money making moves, right? And we're trying to follow what they're doing. So support and resistance is go closest to where the price is right now. So how will it identify support and resistance and what it is? Support and resistance, supply and demand, is something about here is essentially the same thing, right? It defined by something called consolidation, and I would explain what consolidation is properly to you, right? So it would be here, and it would be here. Now, what supply and demand, support and resistance, is essentially places or prices that the market can't necessarily escape from, right? So it's good prices essentially, but it's places that the market get trapped essentially. So you see where the candle beaten up, it going up and down, up and down, up and down, and the car seem to go in one clear direction, up and down, up and down, car go in a clear direction, that is considered consolidation. Right? Here is considered it. Right? It's just places where the market can't necessarily make a clear determination of the direction it wants to head now. Right? So you can see here in these little zones, the market not really doing much. Right? It not really going anywhere. It could look like here, you see the market go up, you can see it go down, you can see it go up, you can see it go down, but these little areas, you're not sure about where it's going. So this is where you want to start to draw your zones from, right? Places that the market stalled essentially. The reason why you're using these places, right, so I'll draw what this box says. The reason why you're using these places on the market. Now, people that say they don't trade in consolidation, and you aren't going to trade in consolidation whatsoever. But what you would do is what you would see or what you would do is be able to identify. I'm going to take gold pulling my card. Let me just people on the chart there. Who say gold pulling my card, boy? Nah. A hard for the person who say gold pulling back hard. A hard pullback for gold is a big candle like this, right? So it define a hard pullback for gold, especially in this time, and it is defined by a higher time frame. Now, a 50-minute pullback wouldn't be considered a hard pullback in any regards for gold, right? This is still going up here. A hard pullback for gold will be defined on a like a 4-hour daily. Right, so we need like a 4-hour candle to close red, or like a daily candle to close red. That is where you consider be still bullish, a hard pullback, right? So don't be fooled. Minor thing. I still kinda frightened on taking entries on gold right now unless it's extremely small. Just because of the volatility in what they're doing right now. So for me personally, I need a big daily 4-hour candle to pull back to create structure before I look to enter again. And so then I pull back in any regards. So consider that's hard now, you know. And they got a big one. Right. Tik Tok, somebody asks what time for me recommend doing chart markup. Everybody follow along, you know. We start on the daily. Right. So we have this consolidation here. So they say do trading consolidation, and you in no means want to trade in consolidation. But consolidation would help you identify trading positions or where you would take entries from now. The reason why we just use consolidation to mark up the zone is because we could identify clearly when it break out of the zone. Right? So you see like how it's chopping around here and it do leave it, you will be able to identify when it leave it easily now. Right? So that's what we're using consolidation for, to find places that the market stall. It will give you a little opportunity to mark up your zone and be able to identify when it leave the zone. Because it is chop around so long, when it does break out the zone, chances are it would break with force, with vigor, with money, and it would head to a particular direction clearly. So you want to be able to clearly see when the market break out of one of these zones now. That's why we use consolidation to mark up the zone. So you don't trade in it, you don't take no trade in it, right? You don't have no bias, but you will be able to see when it does get a bias. How do you enter the 1 minute candle? So we get into that in the strategy, right? We reach to the 1 minute. So we go in systematically, right? We go in down the line, how it is we just do the trading, right? So this is how you're marking up your zone to be able to get proper entries, essentially, right? Is this? Right? So this is how we mark up the zones. So we start on the daily. The reason we're using the daily is so that we will get an overall bias, right? And we'll be able to see, remember, money has moved these candles, right? So when the price break out of any of these zones, essentially, is where it is able to break out with a lot of energy, a lot of money, right? And you'll be able to ride a nice wave now, because it will take plenty to break any of these zones. And it also give you an intraday trading range. So intraday meaning you get a trade today provided and to have a trade. So you know where to look for it essentially now. Right? So you will still get something within the day or within the hour or something like that. So then we trade in the range for the day. We look for something to happen within this box. This is the highest point and the lowest point the price reach for the current day. Right? So that is why we're using this little area here. Right? So we start on the daily, pull our trend line, find support and resistance, and then we would then look for possible entries. Now, how the trend line does work also, as I say, it is identify the direction that the market is headed. So we could see here that the market going up all the time. It touched the trend line here, it went up. It touched the trend line here, it went up. It touched the trend line here, it went up. At some point in time, the market break through the trend line. So you come on and touch it, right? If you look closely here, you come on and touch it, and then it come through. Yeah, it fall through. So this here indicating a shift and where the market is heading. So now we could identify what possibly happens. Remember, the trend line does help you understand if the market going up or the market going down. Yeah? And also indicators show you when the market change direction. It'll be going up all the time, and then all of a sudden be starting to go down, right? Because we break the trend line here. So that is why the trend line is help indicators show you possible entry points, right? Cool. So now that we can see the market coming down, we could then possibly look for the market to go lower, because for that, when the daily time frame, so all these days, how much of a days part this is, the market going up, and then they decide the market had to go down now, right? So we could look for the market to continue going lower, because trading probability is what most likely to happen, right? Chances are when the market pick a direction to head, it does head that direction, right? So we going. What we would then look for, right? So we could come down to the forward. The forward not necessarily and that important. It would just help clean up your zones, right? So I just peep it and make sure my zones line up, everything touch it nice and right. Now trading isn't necessarily lines per se, but more areas. But you know, you can make it look neat, clean and whatever, right? So we have this little area here within the forward. So it could even come down to like the 1 minute, the 1 hour, sorry. So you see how we coming on the line systematically, right? We start on the daily, we get the major zones, we redefine it on the forward. We just take a little glance at the 1 hour. Right? Now I don't usually use the 1 hour unless I actually in a trade. But you know, you can look at it and see where the possible break structures is and whatever, right? So within every time frame, there is many time frames, right? All of them just work together, essentially. Now when you come down here, you would see how big of a move this is when I really zoom into it now. And you could get like a major move provided that you get it. So what we would do inside of the major trading zone that we have, right, or a bigger area here, is we would then look for like a smaller support and resistance area, right? So we already know that this area here is a major resistance. So we're using the top here as resistance. If the market break above here, we could say that the market will go higher, right? However, if the market break below the next low, a chance that it may go lower. So how we would do that? We would draw the same support and resistance from essentially the lowest point in the market reach current relative to the price, which would be here. We could change this color here. We could put this as black. So I would explain this again. Now overall, when we go up to the daily, we have our major trading zones. This is the daily time frame, right? We started on the highest place that the market reached on the daily and the lowest place the market reached on the daily. So we know the area we're trading within, right? So if it break out of the zone, chances are you'll get a big move. If it break below the zone, chances are you'll get a big move. But we can't wait for the market to break out of these zones. This could possibly consolidate for days, right? So we don't know how long it will take. This could be even be weeks, right? So we're looking for a trade a little bit sooner, right? So we're coming on every day, we're looking for it, see where you get, right? So we're looking for a zone within this zone here. So this is our trading areas, right? So do remember that. So when we zoom out, we have a major zone. When we zoom in, we can look for a little zone. So remember, support and resistance is defined by areas the market couldn't break through from relative to the price, closest to the price, right? So we can see the market come here, it get right. So let me start from here. The market come here, so when the breakthrough it come back, it touch it, and it stay above, it flop around here a little bit, forget the break. Even if it break, it come and it flop around here, flop around here, flop around here. So every time the market reach this little area here, something just happen. If it below this area here, the market don't want to go back above it. If it's above the area here, the market don't want to go below it, right? Flop around here, flop around here, flop around here, flop around here. So this is I consider as a strong support area, right? A strong support area would be like consolidation, a place that the market don't want to break from, an area the market flopping around from essentially, right? Don't want to break through. So now that we could identify this, what we would then look for is for the market to break any one of these zones, whether it be on top here, Right? Because this is the highest point if the market go above or if the market go below. Right? So the market could only do one of three things essentially. Right? The market could either break below, retest, and continue lower. The market could come from the price here, go above, retest, continue higher, or the price could just flop around in the middle. Right? That's all the market could do. Right? Only one out of these three things. So trading is probabilities. What is most likely to happen using past data. So because we know the three things the market could do, we could wait and anticipate it to do any one of those three things, right? So the market can't fool you, right? It can't do nothing that you never see before, right? So we know what to look for, we know what to expect. So now we could utilize, the information that we have to make determinations of, what would happen price-wise now. Cool. So what we would then look for is for the market to break a zone. Now, our trading strategy is defined by the market breaking a zone, right? Once the market breaks a zone, because of how hard it does be to break one, when it does break one, chances are it does get a big move now. So like how it break here, you get a big sell-off, right? If it break above, you continue buying. So chances are when it break a zone, you just get a nice little move. So you want to wait for the market to break a zone essentially, right? So we on the 15th. So we start on the daily. We start in Forex Factory. We look at the economics. We come down the road. We redefine it. We draw a trend on the support and resistance on the daily time frame. Right? Support and resistance on the daily time frame. We clear up the zone, right, on the 4 hour. And then we come down to the 15 and we draw support and resistance. What we will then look for is the market to break. So this is the next part of your trading strategy, right? This is what it is you want to look for. So I'll write it down this part also, right? Or keep this one in the vault, right? Because this is important. What you are looking for is for a bullish or bearish engulfing candle to break the zone. Now, what is that? A bullish engulfing candle. So bullish is for up. I say green candles. That is for the bulls. And bears is red candles, right? Mine are black. I change the colors. So there's a pro tip. Psychologically, I would suggest that you change the colors of your candles, right? See, any big red candle does do something to you mentally, right? When you see that big red candle sinking. So it will be a little easier in the mental, I guarantee you, if you just change the color of your candles. No rules saying it have to be red and green. Mine is be black sometimes, whatever. I would suggest that you change it for psychological purposes, right? This play with your mentals bad now. So we're looking to identify one of these candles, like a big green one like this. This is a bullish engulfing candle. What you're looking for is for the market to break the zone with one of these candles, either bullish engulfing. So you want to see the market going up. You see how high one of these here? You need to see one of these break through the zone. Or if the market going and sell, you need to see one of these break from below. So you check out this break from below here. And you see how this break up below? You want to see one of these. This is the next indicator. If you're going up, you want to see one of these break above. That's what you're looking for at these zones, right? So when you draw a zone, you're waiting till you see one of these. Anything other than this breaking through your line, you see the box, let it break through the box. Completely break through. See, because it's completely break through this box and completely break through this box. All these little things are irrelevant. You need to break through the box like this, right? So that we're looking for. So when you draw a zone, or you're here by the price, you're waiting to see that happen, and you want to see that you want to see it break through your zone. There we're looking for. Right? Or you want to see it break above. The body have to break through. Right? The body have to break through with vigor, like this, big and so like this here. No, but it's supposed to be when I put them upside down. And you need to see it break full body like this, almost no wick. Essentially, almost no wick at all. Right? And bend tail, boy. They were looking for. You're looking for the market to break through the zone completely and close full body like this. Right? So your examples are here. You see how the market break through the zone, full body, and close, right? Almost no wick. Break straight through, completely. Big green candle, close full like this. A big green candle that close, right? When the market buying, and if the market selling, you see how this close here? You got a big black candle here, or a big red candle essentially, and it closed like this, full bodied. This is what you're looking for. This is energy, this is money, this is volume. Somebody decided the price had to go down. Because it's so hard to break. Look how much candles it take flopping around here. It even go back up, right? It just get trouble to break. So once it break one of these zones, chances are you're going to get a big move to the downside or the upside now. So you're waiting for this to happen, right? The next thing you're waiting for is for the other candle to pull back up to validate the zone. Why might pull back up? Right. Whoever asked that question, you're real smart. The market does make a series of. Let's do the same thing over and over. Let me identify the area here. The market does keep doing the same thing, right? So the market just create a series of higher highs and higher lows, depending, right? It just create steps. You will see it, right? So there's a little area here. The market just flop around, break a zone. So these candles are relatively, as you could see, they're looking for it. So the market going down. The market break through the zone. So remember, look how much candles. So take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 candles flop around here. And then one faithful candle break the zone. Pow, close full body. Right? And the market went a little lower, and then one candle come back and test back the zone from below. So when it's on top, it stand up strong on it like a foundation. Right? The market stand up strong. It break through. To make sure that it break through, it come back and it test the zone from below. Right? Flop around, flop around, flop around. It can't go higher. Then it come and break through again. Same thing. It come back up, touch the line or touch the area, flop around, flop around, flop around, flop around, and then eventually it break through. Right? So it happening over and over, creating steps lower. If you watch it, you could jump over here. Right? Right? So you could jump over here. You could come back. Right? You could jump over here. Yeah. And then you could come back. And then you could jump over here. Right? So it steps lower. Oh, alright, thanks. Alright, so it steps lower. Jump here, jump off. Right? So it keep going a little bit low every time. So every time you get one of these candles and the market come on it reject and flop around from below, you realize it never went back higher than this line. Once you realize it doesn't go higher than this line, the market chance that would go lower. Right? So they flopping around, they keep going lower. So creating steps lower. This would also happen in the opposite direction, right? It would also happen. Somebody asking something? Somebody asking that question? Right. Right. So the market doing that. Right. So we're looking to identify this. Then we want to see the market. Market keep going low. So you see how low it end up going? Once we can keep doing that, sometimes we get a big one like this because it hit that major zone. But once it stay below, you get a sell off. Now you would enter here, but that whole next thing, right? We're gonna get into that. Nice. So this is what we're looking for, essentially. Yeah? The market just keep taking out the previous low. So once it go through, the market will then take out the next low above it, which could be like this low here. So it just keep breaking the lower now, you know? Flip around, it break lower, flip around, it break lower, right? So that's what we're looking to identify closest to the price. So we know that the market just keep doing this all over and over and over. And don't care how far back we go, you would see things like that happen, right? Even on like an uptrends. We could do the same thing for here, right? Same thing for here. Right? It don't look perfect every time, obviously. And then our trading design. But once you can identify the general structure, you will get a, right? Right? Same thing. Market breakthrough, flip around, breakthrough, flip around, breakthrough, right? Until it do happen again. So that's what we're looking for. So let me go back to our price. Our prices. Right. We're going back here. So this is what we're looking for to identify our zone. We're finding this area on the 15 minute, right? The 15 minute is still a place you will get a good entry point from, right? And it's still considered as a higher time frame to be able to know if the market actually breaking the zone or not now. So after you mark up the major zones on the daily, and then you come down to sharpen up on the 4 hour, you just peep the 1, you're down to the 15, and you're looking for your zone on the 15 here, right? So there we're looking for essentially, right? So let me see, we may get something on it, I don't know, right? Why we here? So this is what you're looking for essentially, a big candle to break through and then retest it from below, because that's what has always happened. Now when you see that happening, let me say the market break the zone from below, what you would then do is wait, hold on, to make sure the other candle reject from below, right? So as I just showed you. So you wait. So let me select it. Let me use this for example. Then let me say the market buy it. Right? So remember, we're looking for these steps, eh? Right? We're looking for the market to go up, pull back, go on, make a step. Right? So wait for the market to go up, pull back, make a step. Right? And then it go break through a zone, flip around, make a new step. And then we could keep doing that until we go higher. Right? Right? Keep making new steps, going higher and higher and higher. Right? So the market does push and pull, push and pull, push and pull. So let me clear it up for this whole to get a better understanding. I want me by that, right? Every YouTube video you ever watch ever, just show you that. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, right? Let me go back on the downtrend. The downtrend was clean enough. Right. So the market start here, make a low, pull back, make a new 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 low. Right? So that's how the market does move. Up and down, up and down, up and down. So it always be pretty. Right? It always be pretty. However, right, I get this one. Right? It always be pretty. It always look the same. But for the most part, once you can identify it, you will get this. right? Up and down, 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 right? Higher, lower lows. So every low, like here, 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 each low a little bit lower, right? So this low, lower than this low, lower than this low, right? Lower than this low. So every time the market push, it's got a little bit lower. Yeah? So that's what we're looking for. We're looking to identify when this happening. So because the market keep doing it, and this is going for infinity, yeah? This happening every day, all time frames, all pairs, it don't matter. Right? It just keep doing this. Once the market going lower, the market going lower. Yeah? And it all starting with one big black candle or one big red candle essentially. That send the price lower. Like all it's like the first indication. Now every time the market pull back, remember the market push through, it has always pull back and validate the zone. Push lower, pull back, validate the zone. Push lower, pull back, validate the zone. Now it don't always happen cleanly, it always get like this where the market just push, right? And they get it always push and you get one candle and then it sell off. Sometimes you might get a consolidation. But once you show what you're doing, you're confident. Right? You remember probabilities, right? So you practice this, you see it's happening over and over. The chances or the likelihood of it happening again is high. So you enter the trade, right? So that's all we're going with. Probabilities. So the market come, you see a touch, it's sell off, touch, sell off, touch, sell off, right? You don't need all of these candles to validate the zone. You just need one. So if one candle come up, your very next one. So you get one candle break through the zone, right? One candle, break through, close below like this, full bodied. You're waiting for the next candle. The next candle is on the 15-minute, right? So you're waiting for a 15-minute candle to break and close. You're waiting for a 15-minute candle to pull back and close lower. Once you get this, your entry point could be here. So people let's tell you, boy, I'll enter here and then that is pretty talk. Do not enter in there because you don't know. Right? Me would have actually entered here. Now they go. Now if you enter on top here, right, you get a so-called sniper entry. But here what the problem with this is. You don't know. Remember, none of this happened there. All you're seeing is this candle and you're in this candle currently. Right? None of this here happened. What you need to do is wait for the second candle to close lower than the zone. So this is where you would have entered the trade. Realistically, you would have entered here. They go say, boy, but the market is up there. You don't know, right? That pretty thing. You would have entered here and you could have put your stop loss above like this candle here. That's what you could have do, and you could have target like a 2-to-1. Right? That's realistic. That's the more likely of a trade you go take. Right? Yes, you would have sit down through some of this drawdown. Because the market would have come here and then this would have go back up. And then it'll be in and out of profit. They might have been drawdown all this time, to be quite honest. However, once you do break this zone, you're good to go. Right? So you hold the trade, once you do break this zone essentially here. And eventually it did push down. Right? So you enter here, you get a little profit, you're back in drawdown. You come in a little profit, you're back in drawdown. You're fighting in drawdown. You're bummy, you're fighting. You might have cut ties with the trader kind of thing. Right? You come back down, you get a little profit, you get some hope. Back into drawdown. This is how trading is, eh? You're in your feelings all this time. You sit down, you're cool, sitting real hard. He might be done come out the trade already. I might have come out the trade and all too, so and I'm vexed for that. Right? But you're holding trade with the strategy now. So you flop around, but eventually you did get a lower push, and look how far that market ended up going. Right? Now you get 2-to-1 now. You double your money. Right? You double your money on the trade. But the market sell real far. As if you hold it. So we don't know if you hold it or not. We know there's a major zone. You might not hold it. You might have take a 2-to-1 somewhere here and port. Right? You might have break even and hold on. Who knows? Right? You might have see this coming and come out the trade. We don't know. Right? We don't know. But what I'm sure about is that you never hit stop loss and they get a 2-to-1 for sure. Right? Provided they hold on to the trade. So that's what we're looking for essentially now. So you're going to enter your trade on the close of the next 15-minute candle, provided it closed below your zone. Hold on to this now. You're going to hold on to this. There's no way to eliminate drawdown. Eh? Right? Don't let nobody tell you, but you could always take a trade and don't get no drawdown. Drawdown kind of guaranteed to you. It's part of the game. Losses is part of the game. Guaranteed drawdown is part of the game too, right? So you can't run from it. So don't try to run from it, right? You gotta just believe in a shot.
Right? So that's a whole day I'll be in the market, a day or two, a day and a half or something.
That was only 15 minutes. Could that be hold on. Yeah, so you enjoy your trading, bro. So yeah, you could have been in the market for a day. Where's your concern? Why you ask that question?
No, I'm looking at the time frame to make, let's say, a 2-to-1 on that trade, 2-to-1, 3-to-1, because it went down, eh? Right? So I'm looking to see how much time for that take, probably at 2 days or whatever now. Most men might have come out when they break even, or they find, well, now, but this thing like it taking too long, and you know.
Right. So
well, not most men, some men, yeah.
Yeah. So there's a possibility, yeah. Let me see. I'll give you some information about that.
If we measure the candles, how much it have by and multiply by the.
So it take about half the day. About 4 hours.
Yeah, that ain't bad.
Right. So what I would say to you is that, remember, even if it take you a day, bro, once you enter a trade and you set your take profit in your stop loss, you're not doing anything again. So even if it take you 5 days, you're not doing anything. You're not going to work. You ain't waking up in the morning and getting ready and paying passage and battling traffic. You just enter a trade on your phone. So even if it take you days now, they're not really how you're supposed to watch it, how long it take, eh? You're not doing anything once you set the trade. So we sit down here for maybe an hour now. But you're actually taking 5 minutes to set up this, you know. Since we start, we done mark up our chart already, you know. So even if, bro, you're not doing anything, and on top of that, according to how much money you risk on the trade, this could be your whole month salary in this 1 2-to-1 trade, you know, depending on how much money you have. Like you say, using a prop firm. The whole month now, your salary now making in a day, or 2, or 5. Even if it take a week, and they make a month salary, and they just do it once. It don't matter, right? So that thinking is not necessarily the best for what we're doing now. Right? So think about it now on the opposite sense. You enter the trade,
true that, yeah.
You push your phone in your pocket, and you live your life. You go on the beach, you know? You go and do whatever you gotta do. You go in the grocery, you play with your check. I home whole day, I go and play with my son. Go on the beach, go and get something to eat, and I just in my pocket running, right? So that is how you're looking at it. You know how fast you're making money, and there's need how much trades you're taking in. Right? So change your mindset when it comes to that, and you'll get some better results now. Right. So we know what we're looking for. So we're looking for it here or here. So we know which is the major zones we're looking for to break now. So you only take any trade when the next low gone. The next low is this here. Right, we go take it at this low. Me personally, because of how conservative of a trader I am, I would still wait for this one to break. That is just me, right? Some people are more aggressive than me. Some people might enter here and not saying what you're doing is wrong, right? And not saying me doing is wrong at all. You can't enter here. Me personally, I just super conservative in my trade, so I would prefer every low broken. And once like we say, like this low get taken on, then I can get this little range to trade in now. Right? This is just me personally. I will go till here. Right? 577 points. I will take it here. And that will be my TP1. And then, you know, you break even. And then you go to TP2. Maybe here. See if you get down here. And by that time, you might just leave the trade open to see if we capture anything more. Right? Because we could possibly come straight down here, which is what the anticipation would be. And the market has moved towards liquidity. Liquidity is stop loss. Right? So when you hear a man say liquidity, I think what liquidity is pretty much a stop loss. If you think about it, the market almost engineered to go towards a stop loss. How much time you enter a trade, and the market just go to a stop loss. immediately. It's sending your stop loss. So for the people on TikTok, we are 240 of those guys. What a stop loss is essentially the amount of money you're risking, right? So you're paying up $10 to make $20. You're paying up $1,000 to make $2,000, or possibly more, right? I just say that now. I had too much time to do that. It almost engineered. So the price it engineered to go towards liquidity. So when you hear man say liquidity is stop loss. That would engineer to go to your stop loss. You see, your stop loss is a pool of money. That where the money is. Everybody risking the money up here. It's a man who shorting. So forget we retail men. We starter. The men with money have the stop loss up here. Them short in the market since here. Right? For them, this is a pullback, That is a real money on top here. Billions of dollars in liquidity. Real man stop loss right here. And it's a man who stop loss going to be below here. Let me see. It's a man who stop loss below here too, Right? All here. All here. Is a major zone. Right? It's a man goal hitting all-time high since last night, but I'll check it out before we go. Alright, I ain't even want to peep that chart yet. I'll tell you why I say now I'm a hand for that for right now. Alright, it's a little scary. Alright, market buying all the time, it break the zone, retest and it go up, right? It's a man who holding strain all here, who open at the market, retest some here and continue going higher, So it's a real stop loss here too. Right, a man who looking to buy the market from here, because there's a good price to buy from, It's a man who sees rejection here and looking to buy the market, open the market, go back up. And there's a man who's selling the market from on top here for the market to go lower now. Right? So that's essentially what's going on there. Right? So stop losses is liquidity. That's what it's called liquidity, stop loss. Alright? Nice. So what we waiting on, because we have professional traders, right? Everybody here is a professional trader. Put yourself in that mindset from now, right? Treat with it as such. Don't come on and hustle it. Don't gamble it. Don't think you're looking for a quick money and a quick flip. They know what it is. The men who making money from this, paying on suit and tie and coming to work when the day come, right? We just had the wrong mindset. So people like me on TikTok and Instagram and thing, there's, advertise poorly, so we just make it feel like, yeah, what you see now, you're going to trust more money in there and you're going to flip that money. That is not how it does work. Anybody who is doing that is a loser. There is nobody, the 255 people on TikTok, nor how much of people on the Zoom call, that's come here every day with $100 or $50 and flip that money every day. None of all they could do it. You could do it once, you wouldn't do it again. You will lose. It's not designed to work like that. You cannot do it. Don't let nobody tell you they can't. They can't. Otherwise, when you go, you'll be seeing banks and things doing that. You'll be seeing more men flipping. You'll be seeing a man flipping $1 to $1 million every day. If it could have been done, it would have been done. It can't. Everybody tell you need money to trade. It's not designed like that. So don't come with that mindset. Trading is also not an income source. I will repeat it. Trading is not an income source. Trading is an investment tool. You're coming on and you're looking for slow, steady, consistent gains. The best trader in the world average 66% per year. The best trader in the world average is 66% per year. You are not going to make 10% daily. You are not going to make 100% daily. You may not even make 5% daily. If you get 10% returns monthly, you are an exceptional trader. It's 2.5% returns per week. You are a great trader. In a year, you get 120%. That is great. Please do not be fooled. Please come with the correct mindset, or otherwise you will lose your money. Everybody who here trading would have experienced how easy it is to lose your money. And for those of you who don't know, or like the TikTok people just interested, You can lose your money with the swiftness, right? One bad move and all their money done. You could put 1,000 US, which is, let me say, 8,000 TT, on this thing today and lose that money today. Right? So don't let nobody tie your head, and I tell you, don't get waxed with that. Right? Then how that is work. You can't make money from trading consistently. You can't live off of trading money. So I'm not telling you that you can't, right? But it wouldn't come the way you think it would come. It wouldn't come every day. I go down. Some people come and say, you wouldn't believe how much almost daily. How much money I can make from this thing every week, boy. I don't know. You can make none. Right? You can make no money for the week. And then what? You know? You can come and you can double your money also. Right? You could, one mistake. One over leverage. Account dead, bro. All your money gone. Right? One bad move. People say, boy, I'm trying to make this amount of money every week. You can't guarantee that. And if you put pressure on this thing, you get licks. Sometimes you have to just sit down and wait. Right? Sometimes your portfolio will be down. Not every time you go make money now. So you gotta come with realistic expectations too. Right? So if you could look for sustainable gains, right? Let me say, I'm gonna give for the next example. Right? For all the traders on here. More than likely, you just win trades. Most likely. Right? You might enter a trade and you will get through. Most likely. But you know what happened? You go one more and you go back in, not fully sure what you're doing, and you go lose. Right? And then you go try and catch it back and you go lose more. If the win you make, if you check it, you match it up, you might be get a 2%, you know, a 3% on your money, you know, but you ain't see it like that now. You see it as well, you might be only make $10, you know, so nothing that is not enough for you now, so the greed kick in there. But you know, make 2%, 3% on the money, which is excellent returns. With your one trade you take, with your 3%, you're supposed to done, you know. You following? Let me get you next way to look at it again. And everybody could do it an extra $1,000 for the month. And they could do that extra. What extra $1,000 could do for you, boy? Extra 1,000. Extra 1,000. You buy a brand new tire. Forget the foreign news you just buy. Right? You might know foreign news. I buy a fresh tire. Right? I buy extra 1,000 in my grocery bill. You know what I mean? I fill my tank of gas. No more half tank. No more $100 in the tank. Think about it. Extra 1,000, you know what I mean? You buy jeans and a pants, you go somewhere, eat something, you carry out the missus. You know? You tell your husband, hey, boy, come, mom, let me carry you somewhere, boy. You know? They look good. At 125 USDT, you say multiply that by 8. That's an extra $1,000, yeah? Right? Alright, there we go. Let me show you why it is we just lost. Everybody want the extra 1,000, and every one of you all just make $1,000 a month extra and don't keep it. Your 125 USDT divided by 20 trading days of the month, Monday to Friday, right? It's how much? $6.25 per day. You make an extra $1,000. That is the difference between me and you. That is why I can live on trading and you can't. Because I could see the $6.25 and be happy with it. That's not enough money for you. You want more. Yeah? You have all your bills to pay. No. If you make it $6.25 a day, so you're $6.25 by 5 days to the week, it's $31. Right? This $31 adding up to, right, let me say you still worth 12. All right, no problem. You worth $12 a day, no problem. So this $31.25 per week, and after the $125 for the month is at extra $1,000. Let me say you're diligent enough and you save it, right? You don't use it. That is an extra $12,000 a year you would end up with, you know? Right? And that is on the low end, and that is bare minimum. You could get more. Most people, this is the hard truth, most people do not have $12,000 saved anyway. Everybody know your bank account. I don't know who is who, but I sure a lot of you, more than half of you, and I'm bringing it to you real because this is how serious it is. This trading is not a game. We're not playing here. We're big people, and we're looking for money, and we're looking to do something better with our life. Most of the people here are adults and do not have $12,000 if problem take them. We have a poor relationship with money. We don't treat money well. Because when they get it, I just listen to some all, you know. Boy, when I get that money, boy, thing, we outside. Bottle of rum. Thing, eating nice. This and that and that. Nobody saying not to treat yourself, you know. Right? But a lot of people, we just reward yourself for mediocrity, you know. You know, you work hard, you're poor, you know, you're broken, you're struggling. But when Friday come, you have to go outside and lie because you work hard. But you work hard doing nothing. You're working a man business. He could go out there and lie. You can't go out there and lie. What you lying for? What you achieve full week, boy? You complaining about your work. You don't have no money. You're under stress. But at the trap, you have to reward yourself. Because I work hard. You did nothing. Work harder, boy. Stay home. Save the little extra 300. You understand? Put that back into your trading account and grow that. Poor relationship with money. And then you come in Monday morning to try to flip $100 into $1,000 and lost it. And trading this and trading that. And then they find you're going to returns here. So you go and buy the next man who telling you you're going to get X amount of money. And then he go lost it. And then they go buy the next man. When you can sit down here and make $6 a day. Minimum wage is at $164 per day. You divide it, right? Trading this and trading that. You divide that by 8. $20.50. Right? That way again. That minimum wage. You don't pay no tax. You ain't going you ain't pay no passage, no health surcharge, no NIS, you ain't had to fight up all day, nothing. Yeah? This is how you are going to look at your trading account and your trading career. Do not come with $100 and try to flip that 100 into millions and billions. You're not going to do it. And I urge anybody to try. If you get through that, bro, right? If you get through that, I take an enslavement. If you flip that money like that, you're not doing that, bro. You're not doing that. Right? So treat trading properly. Treat what we're doing properly. And you will see returns, right? You're not going and see returns with how you, because everything you're doing thus far hasn't worked for you. Right? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. That is insanity. You are insane, boy. If you think that you're going to find somebody that's going to tell you, hey, what's going on? Give me 100 and I'm going to run it up for you. You are insane to believe that. You're going to find an internet person to do that for you. Think about it, Lord. Think about it now. I know we get caught with we get caught up with the glitz and the glamour. But think about what I'm telling you now. Let's put some thought. Don't get vexed. Right? Don't say it can't be done. Let's think about what I said. You meet a man on the internet. I tell you, you're going and give me $100. A man you don't know, an internet person. Give me $100 and I'm going to get $1 million. From 100. You have $100 which is, let me say, $850 TT. So I see this in over my thing, right? No shade, brother. No shade, brother. No shade whatsoever, right? Logically. So I use that next example. I don't know that whole talk about. No shade. You have $850 TT. You want to start a business. What business are you going to start with $850 TT? And what are the returns going to look like? Because this is what it is, right? It's a business. Think about it. You have $850 TT. What business are you going to start with $800 in Trinidad? And what kind of returns are you going to look for on your $800? Think about it. Logically, use your nugget. Right? Think deeply. Real thought. Nothing is the same thing. Right? And me use the password. That is the thing, bro. All of us have fell victim to it. Right? We just watch YouTube and men. Bro, there's some men on YouTube. I used to watch men on YouTube doing binary. Right? Binary. 100 to 10,000 US. Right? And the flip that, the compounding, and you sit down there and you watch a 5-minute video or a 10-minute video on YouTube, but some may flip $100 into 10,000, right? All right, he may do it, How much time he do that? You see that video, You see that one video, though. How much time that man do that before you get that one video, right? How much money he put into that? You feel he do it every time? Yeah, I used to trade binary. Binary is actually where I started. Binary is my thing. I love binary. I'm actually very good at binary. But forex have more money in it now. But I risk management and thing too, right? So forex is really kind of more the way to go. But I don't knock binary whatsoever. If everything fail, right back on that binary, just I hit it. Right back there. I'm gonna do the same thing I tell them not to do. Power trading and see how far reach. Right? So me knocking binary at all, right? Right? I right back there doing the same thing.
I control it there.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Morning, guys. I know I see about this morning again, but you don't morning again. But like good talk, real good talk. I just come in just to hear the little conversation, but that is good talk. 100, real hard. So feel 100 easy to just shoot up just zero just so. If you to grow that 100, you have to take your time. Really take your time. Proper risk management. If you get a loss, you're coming back down. Go back up. It's no easy thing. It's a mindset, and trust me, that can play to your emotion, play to your mind, and you're gonna be like, "What this thing ain't making sense, boy?" And then you're gonna be looking at other people who are 10,000, who are 5,000 account and making it because why? That good lots I so used to make that kind of money. So 100 are difficult to trade with.
How much money you pay on that trade with 100? How much you investing? What are you 100? You hold 100?
Can't invest your whole 100, you're gonna lose.
So how much are you really investing?
All you invest in is 10 cents.
All right, out of 100, right? So how long it take you? How long I going to take it to make a million? Oh God, be real now, man.
Yeah, because you only get from a good trade, you only get $3.
Oh God, be real now.
Right, so that all the people fool or that shopping us.
Be real, use your brain. You know what I'm saying?
Only how you could grow that $100 is that you have to take a risk.
Pay a whole 100 in there.
Yeah, you have to take a risk. You have to say, boy, hey, I can drop some lot size on this thing and say, yeah, let's see if I could win another $40 on this one trade here. Like that's how it is. And that only how you grow in 100, only by risk. Risk in $100.
Yeah, Nekamaru, I could make a testimony about that too.
Go ahead, bro.
Because a man used to be trading $100 account, $200 account, and buy failure. I now start a prop firm, 10,000, and I started yesterday, and today I 800 up in profit.
Oh God.
From the prop firm.
Oh God. Oh God. You follow. So that
everybody here go get that experience.
Oh God. Now 100 is nothing. So no shade to the 100. No, not to say you can't do it now, because I used to many could do it now. But here what the 100 is do for you. The 100 is to still be able, so you're risking very minimally, but the 100 is to get your emotions out the way. So the 100 is a tuition visa. Right? Not to say you can't make no money on your 100, you couldn't, right? But you had to be contented with making the $1, the $2, the $3, and to trade away your emotions, learn to risk properly, learn to pay your stops wherever, break even. So the 100 is a practice on. Right? So you can put 100, you can still feel the emotions, when you put your money in it. It don't matter if you put 1 cent or $1,000 on a trade, the emotions is the same. Right? It don't matter where you risk, it's the same emotions. So the 100 is just to get emotions out the way. You know what I mean? Ting. But they say when they ready to make bank, yeah, they put money in there. You understand? You trading against me with billions of dollars, boy. Your 100 is a stop loss, boy. I source. You understand? Right? So let me be
if
realistic.
I might add in something then.
What is that?
That $100, even though you're saying you're making $3, that's 3%.
Oh God.
You gotta watch it like that.
Easy.
Like 3% on your 100. Easy, as small as it is.
Oh God.
If you could consistently do that with $100, what will you do when you have a bigger account?
All right.
Yeah?
All right.
That's the mindset you gotta have with it. You gain small, and watch how you're doing it consistently. That is the profit there.
What the percentage split is like on the prop firm?
90% is yours.
Of the profits?
Yeah, 90% of the profits is yours.
Okay.
Alright? So we running on noggin power here. Right? We using noggins. Noggin power we using. Right? Let's put a little thought. A little bit of thought. And you will see different results. I guarantee you from today, if you just shift your mindset to percentages on whatever you have, I bet you make more money. That's all it is, you know. Don't run down the glitz and the glamour. It's ugly, it's slow, it's hard, painstaking. That is trading. But I guarantee you, once you reach any substantial level, it don't take not a big money, you know, though. Not a big money, you know, right? Relatively small money you could use, you know. But once you manage it to the degree that it should be managed, then you will see better return. So you see, $6 a day is $1,000 extra for the month. How much time will they make that? Countless time, over and over. They make. I see all they run it up already. I see it with big money, and they just give it away because of greed. Greed killing you. Greed killing you, boy. Right? Don't be greedy at all, boy. You go spend years trying to get that big money, you know. So like in trading, the higher the win rate, the bigger the trade you want, the lower your win rate is. So the every time you're looking for that big money, you keep losing. I ain't saying that you might get hit something and score, you know. I'm not saying that impossible, you know. Right? Everything is possible. So I'm not saying that it can't happen. But the chances and the odds now, remember, it's probabilities we didn't make. The odds of it happening is low. The odds of you taking 100 and flipping it is low. Not impossible, it's possible. I ain't saying that it can happen. But the odds very low now. And how long might it take you before you get it? Let me say it take you 10 years though. And you're willing to sacrifice 10 years of your life? How old you going to be 10 years from now? What your life going to be 10 years from now? What your money going to look like 10 years from now with the valuation? They don't look into it, we have 15 to 1 in dollars already. You know, so 10 years from now, even if you get the money, you're still back at square one. And you're real shit to eat for that 10 years. Or you could take your time and build up to that same money in your same 10 years. And gradually your life keep improving. So what you would use trading for is to gradually improve your life. You can't fix your life in one trade. And you can't do that. Gradually improve. So you try to make $1,000 extra for the month. You have $1,000 more in your grocery bill. You know, you buying. I'm going to buy a pancake syrup. Pancake syrup I always dig out to buy pancake syrup because that's a pain point for me because pancake syrup just be expensive. And I find it could use for one thing only. And how much pancakes it is eat though. Right? So I find pancake syrup just be extremely expensive. And now I can buy a pancake syrup dog. I used to always see it and I could never afford to buy it. That was a big thing for me, buying pancake syrup. The next thing I just use is brand new tires. And that is something that I supposed to be a pet peeve for me. Not a pet peeve, but a pain point for me. I could have never afford to buy a brand new tire. $300 is always too expensive. I could have never filled my tank of gas. That was always too expensive. Okay, your money is so small at the budget, so you could only put a little bit of money in the gas. These are things that I used to struggle with, you know. And these are things that my life improved with, you know. And I could buy a brand new tire, and I could buy pancake syrup, though. These are small improvements in my life. I swear to God. So it's not even nothing so hype now when I think about it. Though you buy a little jersey, boy, your boxers might be a whole, boy, going price when I'm a 3-pack of boxers now, boy, some white jersey, boy. You know what I say, boy? You make sure and always take a mark. Little things now, boy. Not even the glitz and the glamour, you will get there. You could get rich, you know, but you will get rich slow. That's the thing. We don't have that patience now. But if you don't have it and you keep running on the fast money, you could just keep spending time running it down. When you could have just, you know, it's like going to the gym. Every year you want to go in the gym, right? And you're not going in the gym. And then you're just getting fatter and older. Just go in the gym, dog. Same thing. Just take your time, you understand? Build slow. So when you make an extra 1,000, save half, dog. Pay back in your account. Invest in the thing that's making the money. Pay your sub, bro. You know that kind of way? Like, come on. Like, stop doing madness now, boy. And I 30 years. I young and plenty all there. Right? And that's noggin power, dog. Right? So do the right thing, please, now. for their own sake, because they will keep doing madness and they will keep running, jumping. This by now shoulder here is all I do, right? It's a simple thing I do over and over and get consistent results with now. Right? That's discipline yourself, you know? And is it, dog? So let me check the goal chart here and see what we're looking at. And the cap people on the goal. Right, so you see, here we're going on with this goal, eh? You see this? See this here? And not on this. You see, it can't go up forever. But you see the fact that we have no structure, we just have one big green candle, is a very scary sight to see. So what I'm looking at for safety, conservative trading. Now you could jump in here, you know, man. You can make a buy in a top now. And you can't just buy the top. You don't know where the top is. So you need the market to show you or tell you where the top is now. So that is what I'm waiting on. So it go in, yes. You feel like you're missing out, yes. Am I getting FOMO? Yes. Am I disappointed? Yes. That I didn't get the proper entry. I enter somewhere quite on here, you know, and then whole lot trading. Right? Am I disappointed? Yes. Do I want to click the button and jump in? Yes. I am struggling the very same way some of you are struggling currently looking at the price of gold. I want to trade it. I want to jump in. I feel like I'm giving away money. Trading have a little man that is behind the screen. This is true. And it's a little man that is behind everybody's screen that is waiting for you to click the button. Let's call them Bognadov. Right? Bognadov that's behind everybody's screen waiting to see when you click in the button. And his only job is to make sure you do win. Right? So Bognadov does come and look to see who clicking what when they're clicking it, and he does send it in the opposite direction. You have to look out for Bognadov though. Right? Remember that name. That man is a serious man though. Bognadov is out to get you. You cannot just jump in a trade any which way. You have to be patient and cautious. Right? What I am looking for in trading overall, right now, especially with the price of gold, is for the market to create a major structure. Right? Hey, big up on yourself, you know, guys. Vibes, no one away. But he bug not off real, but you was talking about, but you never click the button and the trade go immediately opposite. You never click buy as they click buy the market sell, like bug not off, bro. That's that real person, though. Don't get waxed, boy. Nah, man, I'm out there, boy. Them fellas, I'm out there, boy. the fact that it does happen, mean it's real. You know? Everybody get that. So, well, bug not off me. I know me and them fellas, my money, I want my money, but my money is not to sleep outside. Right? So, you see, market structures. Remember, we're looking for consolidation, right? Remember that we're looking for now. Right? We're looking for areas like this. And the market can't really decide what it's doing now. Right? So, I tell you now, don't get tired of you getting moved, right? It may take you longer than anticipated, but hold on now. It's better than a loss. And it's better than a loss. Plus two. You see if I conquer that, I want to show them something on my screen. Yeah, for sure. Right? You see when you wait and you be patient and you get a good move, you will feel better about yourself as a trader. Right? To know that here we're going on. Here what would happen. Right? You see if it is you be patient and you duck bullshit. Sorry for my language. You duck it. You'll feel better. Claim balance, so market definitely come out. Yeah. It had you had a guy retest our zone. So it don't need to come quite back down here. So I actually, because of what happening, I actually was waiting for the market to come back like here and thing, right? So I was looking for deeper retracements, and we didn't really get it now. Right? So because I see this happen, I know that but I don't have that happen for sure now. Right? Unless we get a bear market and it break the zone. Right? So what I'm just looking for is just a major red candle, a major red candle, something like this, right? On like the daily or the 4 hour. So I'm waiting for something like this. I'm waiting for like a full body black close, at least one, right? At least one, and then I can know that the market did give us some exhaustion, and if we can get the market, let's keep pushing and pulling, right? Remember, up and down, up and down, up and down now. So once I could identify a little down, I would be a lot more keen, a lot happier. I actually entered here, you know. Here I entered, you know. I double bottom, you know. And didn't hold the trade, you know. Imagine that, eh? That's crazy. I think we call one of these trades on the live or something here, I think. We did call that trade. And we get we get like a 5-1 or 6-1 or something on that trade. Sometime earlier this week or last week. I really get our move there on the live. Right? So for me, I am waiting to see a little exhaustion. So the market go push, let it push, no problem. I just waiting to see a little black candle or a green candle, sorry, a red candle. That's just a print. That's to show some kind of exhaustion to confirm, you know, a high and a low. A support and resistance area, something kind of like this, right? But I prefer in a higher time frame. This kind of weird still, eh? Like last night, I think it do this, right? It do this. So this not clean. It don't have no clear sense of direction, you know. And this happened only 1 hour, so this is a relatively high time frame still. But because it didn't have no clear sense, you'll get chopped up in this now, and then boom, the market will shoot up. Right, so I'm not really considering the 1 hours and the 50-minute too much. But I see the red candles, I'm waiting to see a major candles, a 4-hour daily pullback. So that is what I'm holding on for. Only then, when I get a major structure, you know, something like this here, a little sell-off, then I can make I can get a trading range now, you know, and I could look for moves like within this little area here, and then we could jam from this now, boy. Alright, so that's why we're waiting on here. So I'm holding on for now. I ain't mean thinking the next one we get to be a monster. So I rather we get higher, we know higher with now. So that's why waiting on there. So that is pretty much my little quick analysis, right? Somebody wanted to share the screens. I stop sharing now. I stop sharing now.
You should clearly see today outside later.
You go there now, share your screen there, bro.
Right, guys.
I'll deal with the TikTok in the meantime.
That's mute the man for this one there.
Who
Prince, mute your mic.
This guy gets like a big list of them fellas as well. If I meet everybody, you'll be able to unmute yourself?
Yeah, mute everybody. Prince, mute your mic there, buddy.
Yeah, that's it. Prince.
Alright, thanks.
Alright, blessings.
Alright, guys, so all you don't know, the next on the call here, called Coin Boss. Alright, so I just want to share something with you. Did this morning, well, it just come a little while there, so I just edited guy on a little bit, right? So I was going to share my screen to show you what happened when it comes to trading, right? And how good trading must be for the TikTok people, or people on the Zoom call here, right? So this is how good TikTok, this is how good trading must be when you do all the platform, right? Payout was this morning, nice and easy. Right, and all of this was done through scalping and signals that we was done every day in AlphaCore, right? So, or you could do the same as well. All the platform people, or you could do the same. People not in the platforms, be a part of it as well. Don't miss out. Right, it just take about 200 USDT, 300 USDT, or 500 USDT for the most. And again, and back in 8 days, more than we spent. Right? Well, I just use TradeX Mastery, it have FTMO, you know, them other platforms and them, but TradeX Mastery, they have discounts right now that they could use. 40% discount and all the add-ons free, so, and they are using credit card as well too, so it's like 6.7 you're paying for a platform, so way cheaper. bank rate again if you're not using crypto. Alright, buddy, you can take it back from there.
Alright. So that we so yesterday I didn't deal with the chat boy. So I want to deal with the Alpha Call members and people in the Zoom first, and then I'll come out to the TikTok people, right? I'm gonna tell my boy you ain't talk to nobody in the chat boy. Any questions? Anybody have anything that we share about the screen just to make it look good? Anybody have any questions? Anything? People in the Zoom, in the chat, talk to me. They tell me about yesterday, boy, man talking to in the chat, boy, and you ain't answer nobody, boy. Nick, somebody want to know if you're single, boy. Anybody no questions? Or all them muted? Well, you see what prop firms does do? Prop firms are them comment to you boy, in the chat, boy. Alright, let me see if I can unmute all that. Everybody had to be funded by fellas. Funded is the way to go, boy. Alright, let me see if we can unmute everybody here. Are they good? Are they good talk?
Yeah, we can talk there, man.
Alright, anybody any questions on the Zoom first? I'll deal with the Zoom, and then we have 435 on the live on TikTok. We are real questions there. I want to deal with Alpha Core members, people from in the private WhatsApp and Telegram groups. If they have anything or they want to, ask or see you anything, get the opportunity first. Nothing, boy? Alright, so let me go on TikTok and see. So we
Bro.
have, go ahead.
Isaiah, I know you say you'll make a little video when you get more like 100 with the trade mastery.
Right?
But on MT5, you could like swipe off your trade or close all profits at once and them thing.
Right.
I was going to your group, so I see like when it is you have a trade open, it's slightly different than MT5. It have it like in a kind of sentence, man, and a profits, everything is like along that way now. So it have a way to swipe off your profits too, or all others work to like close our trade early, or if you're in a draw down and you know to close it.
Nicky can
answer that, before it just stop what on.
Nicky can answer that, man, boy?
Yeah, I could answer that, yeah. So on the TradeX mastery, you have like, you could close off all that in minus, you could close off all in profit. Yeah, so it have the options where they're telling you what to do. So they actually give you more option than the MetaTrader 5. MetaTrader 5 will tell you close off all, but the trade locker will tell you close off all profit, close off what in minus, close off what in it'll tell you all kind of things, real options you could use. So if you have like, if you say if you take gold and you gold in profit and you take some indices trade USDT and them in minus and you don't want to close off the USDT, you just want to close off the gold, yeah, you could do that. So you just press close all in profit and USDT running.
You could open a trade locker demo besides this the one on the TradeX mastery?
No. Because the platforms don't give you demos. They give you challenger accounts. But I think they have brokers that does use TradeLocker.
Yeah,
so you could use them on the TradeLocker.
The reason why I asked that is because I can't familiarize myself what I want to with it because I was lucky in the TradeX now.
What we could do, maybe tonight when I got class, on my Wednesday, right? So Wednesday I class, I go, but it's tonight, sorry. Days running fast. Yeah, so tonight I will just run a little small thing with it and show you guys what to do.
Yeah, I only yesterday I take a I just take a small thing. I have a 50K account from Funding Next, but I just take this so the one of the benefits of the prop firm that Nick using the TradeX Mastery is that you could withdraw every day now. I ain't go down to all of this. You could withdraw every day, right? But most of them other prop firms and then made decided with like 2 weeks for your payment. So that's one of the reasons why I am always switch across. So it's only yesterday I take a small thing, and on it. So I ain't really take no trade on that. I just took something. I said see how it working to get a feel for it. But there's like how the dashboard and stuff does look. So the using TradeLock. So TradeLock are actually cool because it does integrate with TradingView, so you could enter your trade directly on it itself. So that's a nice thing that it have there available to you. It also have I say daily payouts. They can ever withdraw every day?
Yeah. I does that as well too. Withdraw every day.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the only prop firms that you could
withdraw daily.
Yeah, withdraw daily and stuff. And they just get your first payment like 8 days after you pass and them kind of vibe. So it's
But that's one of the main reason why I joined that prop firm, because how good is to withdraw daily?
Yeah, every day you pull out your money, right? And you have leverage. So technically, if it right now they have a promotion going on where you're getting 10,000 account for 60 US, right? With all the add-ons and stuff. So that's a very good option to have right now. So they could look into that right now. I would say to just take the risk and just acquire the prop firm. It will help you tremendously. And you get a $10,000 account. So the most you could actually lose is $60. If you think about it now. But you have 10,000 to trade with, so you'll get good leverage. So as I can see, where I enter my trades, right? I enter 2 position, quiet down here and close off. And look where the trade gone. And crazy, yeah. I really do myself that way. Right.
I see it does a specific time frame for the like how some preferences are like they had to do it in a week. I see something like 999 days or something. So that is
how long you had to do to complete the whole challenge, but in a minimum of 8 days.
Or 8 days.
8 days minimum. But you have 999 days overall to pass.
Oh, I like that. Real days.
Yeah, real days.
Yes, actually.
Yeah, so you ain't going on. You're gonna mash up that now for now. Right? So that's how this look. So once you pass phase 1, then you would you want to phase 2. So 10% is phase 1, which is $1,000, which is relatively negligible. And then you have, I think phase 2 is 5%, where you just get you had to make 500. So which is also relatively small to make. A guy said he sat yesterday up 800 already, so he due to pass any day now. Right? All tomorrow thing before we done, he might be able to pass the prop firm, and by next week he pulling out dust. Right? So that's how cool it is. So they could look into it.
Well, I wanted to find out, Malo, for phase 2, right? Is same 5 days minimum?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Alright. So let me check the TikTok here and see what we have. So we have 4. Good.
When you enter that trade, why you didn't stay in the trade?
Why I didn't stay in the trade?
Yeah.
Boy.
Just stay and leave it, especially if it's gold. Chances are, gold on the rise, it on the rise. Just stay in the trade, and you can kind of your surplus or whatever.
So I enter some bigger positions on my next funded, right? So I did get more money than this. I did enter this trade as a test, just to kind of use the system to see how it's working. And so that was one of the reasons why. So I entered them relatively small. That was number 1. So I enter one for 0.01 and one for 0.10, which is relatively small. But I'll be real with all you, bro. Right? And I'd actually be vulnerable with you, dog. Like, I like transparency. So I have an extremely high win rate in trading, bro. I scored some monster trades. My issue personally, because I am not the world's best trader, and I do have shortcomings. My shortcomings is holding trades, Right, so my contentment does work both ways. So I cool to cut a losing trade. It is not a pain point anymore, and I am also satisfied with winning trades. So if I make a 500 on a trade, sometimes 200 on a trade. I got holidays I run up on a my biggest trade is 5,000 actually, but I have days where I get 1,000, other days I get 4, 5, 600, and I just be contented now, boy. So even if I enter a trade and I get good money, I just leave the trade, boy. So the contentment go both ways. So I don't maximize the profits that I could make now, boy. So that is be like one of my shortcomings, you know what I mean? To be quite honest with you. So mingo gas and make it feel like, it's all I know.
Right. So I now understand, because when you say you come out of that trade early, right? And if you make, let me say, a 500 on that, nothing wrong with that.
Like 4,000.
Understand? So it depends on what you had on the account coming in, your margin or whatever. Yeah. So I now understand.
Yeah.
To come out early and make a little 500 or 1,000, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, you know that kind of way. That's how it is going on, boy. But when you watch it, so God,
you visually tell you go, boy. Yeah.
God, you can only one, boy. You can only one running, boy.
Bro.
So
the funny thing about it too,
Yeah.
Like how you do a shy if I want to 2, I want to 3 wrong day.
Yeah.
And it comes to you satisfied yourself. You watch it like this now. What if it didn't? Like you say after that now, you get take P 1, 2, 3 of his case, and we got a massive sell off. And so it didn't go all the time. It went probably a little lower than how it was. You understand? The feeling will be different now.
Correct.
Yeah, so I'll be satisfied with it as a target and at the same time still.
Correct.
Now what could I be or what you did now?
Very true. Very true. And many times that happened. Many times I cut tries with that trade because I was good, and then it turned around after. So it has worked both ways. But it still have a way to counteract it, boy. And it still have a balance, and it could have leave a position open, just for the sake of it. So, and some of them I lead most times when I leave a runner, right? Most times I go lead the runner, and then it go come back and I go let's break even on it now. And this time I ain't leave it, and so it's a woulda, shoulda, coulda, one of them things now, boy. But what I'm sure about, regardless of what, all it killing me, bro. I don't feel it eating, man. But at the end of the day, once you leave for the end of the weekend profits, that's all that matters. You know what I mean? Once we get into now, boy. So it's boy, I go do. But if all they could, I urge all to try and hold on to all the trades as long. I know everybody have different risk appetite too now. Me, I conservative naturally, so I don't really run down these other big money. I cool with just gain. I cool with not losing now, and because trading is such a thing where you're most likely to lose money, I cool if I just don't lose no money now, boy. So if I enter 100 trade, like we say for the week, which is ridiculous if you do that, but like we say enter 100 trade, and I leave after 100 trades with break even, I really good with that. Yes, a profitable trader. Now next thing, because it's so easy to lose money, if you could end a week off in profits, even if it's small money, you're still a good trader. Because you're most likely to lose. So if you could just keep breaking even, because when I start to get a little bit better, I never say make any money, I just break even. And just break even. You ain't win, you ain't lost. You ain't win, you ain't lost. And that's good. That's good. That's actually a good thing if it does you ain't losing now. Because most times, think about it, you're going in there and leave short. So if you can at least not leave short, that's a good way to build now. So it's a marathon, it's a journey, not necessarily a race now. So we go on TikTok, yes. We have 464 people on the TikTok, right? So bombastic side eye. I only trade gold for the most part, right? That is what I trade predominantly. Right, now we see our next question. So I go back up, right? Interested in joining the group? You can click the link in my I got Alpha Call link, right? So let's join any one of the group there, but this is Alpha Core you're looking at, right? So Alpha Core is daily classes. Today's Wednesday, so it have a noon stocks class, and then it have crypto and other forex classes in the night. So it's 9 a.m. It's 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. 9 a.m. every day, 9 p.m. every day, every night, Monday to Friday, and then Wednesday is midday. Can I explain the prop firm? Right, so a prop firm is essentially a company that would allow you or give you capital to trade with, providing that you can show them that you can make money consistently from trading. So what it would be is that you would pay for something called a challenge, is essentially a test. That test is to determine or prove if it is they could actually make money from trading. And once you can, you would be allocated trading capital to trade with. Right? So for example, it would work like this. You would pay, let me say 60 US currently to have a special good on the prop firm. You would pay $60 US, and you would have to make you would get a $10,000 US account to trade with. Now, at first it would be a simulated or demo account. But if you could make 10%, which is $1,000 profit on the $10,000 account, then you will be given $10,000 US to trade with. 90% of the money you make is yours to keep. They would keep the other 10%. And so that's how the prop firm does work essentially, right? So you just pay for the test, and once you pass, you get allocated capital. Now, passing the test is where we will help you to do. Right? So we would assist you in giving you signals, helping with the risk management, getting you set up on the stuff necessary to be able to pass it. Because getting the prop firm is only one half of it, right? But what are you going to do? So you join the group, and we will help you pass it via our signals and our training and coaching, them kind of vibes now, right? So if after when I come off the live, I would just check the messages and see what's going on, and I'll respond to everybody or look at this message and see what's going on and thing, right? So I'm trying to answer any questions here. Nah, just comments, man. No questions, really. Alright, how to join the prop firm? Just reach out, right, and you will get bigger setup and everything, right? So it's not just tell you about it. Just community system. So trading is a practical skill. It's something that you have to keep doing. So we could talk about trading. I could show you a chart and la. But until you actually do it, it's a whole different thing. Everything has looked pretty and nice in hindsight now. You know, it has looked nice here. It has sung easy. Trading is deceptively easy. Right? Deceptively easy. Trading not easy in the slightest. Now it is very easy. So it's nuanced. Trading is very easy. It's very systematic. It could do it. I could teach you to do this thing in a day. It's not really, it's not really that hard to learn the technicals and whatever. The struggle with trading is the emotional part of it now, because your money does just go so fast, boy. Right? You have to be careful. So it is rile up emotionally now. There are people that say trading is gambling. Now, trading is not gambling, because gambling is taking a risk on an uncertain outcome. That is gambling. Trading is systematic. So you need something have pattern that they could study. So you have an edge with trading, right? However, the reason why people that study trading as gambling is because it has induced the same emotions. So if you ever enter a play where you are roulette, and if you ever take a gamble, the feeling it does get is the same thing with trading now. It is that fear, you see how you like and you're afraid to talk to shit, how your belly bubbling. Yeah, that is the same, it's the same thing now, but right? The same emotions you just feel essentially. So that is what trading is. So that's what it is gambling. The emotions is the same, right? But the technical part to actually learn to do the thing is very, very, very easy, right? So 10% is just learning this, real easy. The 90% is your emotion that you had to overcome now, and you can only overcome it through practice, and you have to do it over and over, and you have to get confident in doing your strategy and be believing in what could happen, and then you'll be able to actually make money from it, and it'll get easier for you now. So, if you want to learn to trade, and I know everybody always selling you something, join this group, pay this money, and I understand, right? It has be like that. I can't vex because of how this space is designed, So I'm not angry about that. But really and truly, you kind of need a community. You need someone to help you along now. Really and truly. Right? That's provided those persons are verified traders. It's like how it is Nick Shorley from payout. Yeah. That kind of, that is what it is you want to see now. But you want to see men who could actually do it. And results now. Like I help persons. Like you could see my results. You could see the instructor's results. You could see what a boy could do. Right? For realistically. You can see what boy living, you know, that kind of way. So when it is you see them, you know, you have those kind of stuff, then you could join. You don't have to be here, right? I would tell anybody to just anywhere you feel comfortable. You might feel comfortable here, you rock here. You know, you might feel comfortable elsewhere. It's wherever you're comfortable. It's your money at the end of the day. So you spend your money where, you know, you feel you get the best value. So you don't have to be here, you don't have to join everything. I ain't saying, but you have to come here and, you know, wherever you're comfortable, just make sure and you know what I mean, be comfortable in what you're doing, get your verifications, whatever. Do your little research, you know. But trading itself, the system of it is very simple. It's not hard at all. What I know surely this morning is trading, right? It's easy. The emotional part of it, getting into it, is where you get the little licks now, right? So that way I had let's keep practicing. Right, well, we not much. There's more comments on TikTok, so no really, no. I gotta go too far. We are hundreds of comments. But I gotta miss some other, boy. Let's join the group. Anybody on the Zoom again, we going back here. Anything? Before we wrap it up? I don't like my classes too long.
Yeah, hi. Signing up with the link in the chat here.
Mm-hmm.
For the mastery.
Right.
So the cost they're showing is $99 for the 10K account.
Right. Okay, you're typing in Spring 40 to get the discount code.
Okay.
No space.
That is capital letters?
I think common would work.
Okay.
Diane, if you don't have a credit card, you could purchase crypto and you could buy the prop firm with crypto.
Okay. All right.
Oh, nice.
I can private.
So everything went good.
Yeah, you can private message anyone.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. The link. That's the link. The links and stuff in my bio. So you can click the link in my bio and see. Or I think on the screen you should be seeing a number to WhatsApp. You can just WhatsApp and we have to get set up on this, right? So this is Alpha Core. Alpha Core, daily classes, live stream, copy trading, prop firm, help you acquire prop firm, whatever. I know all them will be seen on the Yapcast page. Yes, I am the guy. But I also work alongside Alpha Core to help bring awareness within their community and just talk about trading and grow the brand and stuff. Now that the guys doing a great thing. It's actually a nice team. Yes, I have my own thing, yes, but the team is a powerful little squad now. And you can learn a lot more because I just still learn from them, in terms of this doing the stocks and crypto, and I don't trade crypto. We have a guy here, this guy will show the prop Nicky, he's a trade crypto alone, all coins in particular, which is something in itself. And we trade almost all forex pairs. We have and he's actually BTC alone, so that's something that BTC is the only actual cryptocurrency. Everything else is a altcoin. So to understand that system, we are Richard. He does trade, use stocks, long-term investing. So something he have a class at noon and all. So that's something to look out for and all too. A long-term investing, them actually buy and hold your stocks and that kind of vibes now, right? So it's a whole community with a whole set of different things, bare signals because the amount of people sending them, and I only trade gold. They copy trading, so you can hook up your account to theirs, and when they trade, they get profits. And so it's a nice little thing. So they reach out and they can join the community and see if they have anything for you now,
Can you send the WhatsApp number for me to contact?
Right.
Please, you can put it back in the chat. Thanks.
Sure. I pay there. Just reach out and we'll get started. All right. Anybody have anything else? Questions, comments, suggestions? We taking that too.
Yeah, good day.
Yeah, man.
Good day. One question here.
Tell me.
Is it okay if I now join in the group, right, to start with a prop firm too?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, because I had previous experience with trading, but just was not profitable with the groups that I was with,
Okay.
So I see all your group and I like how we looking, so I said that I want to come over.
Okay.
I just was considering if to do a prop firm one time or just feel out the group first now.
Okay, so I would answer that question in two parts, right? Now, for me personally, I don't rush anybody to spend any money or anything, right? So I don't tell you, yeah, but jump at that prop firm, pay money and start, right? If you want, you could join the group and see if it makes sense to you, see the results and stuff before you buy the prop firm. Now, buying a prop firm, especially with the discount code right now, I would say is a good investment because it's only $60 you're paying for it. But they got 10K account, so it's one of the cheapest on the market. The reason why I'm saying it so because I don't think the code will last for much longer. So if it is a join, and I would say just join one time now, boy, because of the discount code in particular. The prop firm will go up to $100. I think it's on some days. I think it's only have a couple of days with the code now. So for that sense, but overall, I would say to just see if it makes sense for you. Join. I think it have the free groups to join and just look around. Right? I don't want to and I mean push you to join and thing and next thing. I will make the right decision for you. You know what I mean? So you could join, bro, look around, snoop around. See, I think we just send signals for free. I think the class is free for now. You know what I mean? So let's stick around, let's make the best decision for you now. If it is if you feel the thing, bro, if you feel like but I want to take action, then but by all means, hop on and we'll get it. But I tell you will get you, right? But
why I really wanted to start with our prop firm because I already had so much experience for the last 3 years with different groups and stuff. But it's small groups where people trying to form something.
Yeah.
And it not yet have anywhere. They ain't going nowhere now.
Yeah. They know what about
I have a good bit of knowledge where I use I do little studying by myself and
Right.
But the support team and the emotions, that part I feel is what beating me.
Okay.
Because I invest real money already, but I can't handle the emotions.
Okay.
So if I have a community around me that local for one, because most of those who I was using before was foreigners, Jamaican. I used somebody else from plenty other places. But so as I reach this group and it local, it bring me more to home to feel more comfortable now.
Okay. Yeah, all right, bro. Jump on board, bro. He will get you.
All right, cool. Yeah.
Jump in, bro. So all the instructors come by have 44 years experience in trading. I living on this, bro. I don't work no way and thing. Nobody actually.
Well, that is my goal.
Yeah, nobody working away.
Leave the work. I'm tired of the 9 to 5, the government system. I'm tired. I work in a government job, and honestly, it is not enough to sustain any family.
Yeah.
And trading is, for the past 5 years, I've been looking into it, and this is where I want to be.
Yeah, boy.
I believe.
Yeah, boy. Up on, bro. Up on. You'll get you. See, I just want to sell people thing, and I mean, but
I feel out the group before, so that is why I had the confidence that I believe you could do it, because I watching the group for a while. This is not the first time I come in contact with the group. I message, I come back again, I watching, I seeing what going on, because trust me, I've been scammed already with these kind of trading stuff. I did a lot of trading stuff.
Okay.
Right? 5 years I'm telling you, I behind this, looking at it, all different type of things. So I come in contact with your group. As it come back again, it pop up on my page. I said, let me go back and see what's really taking place with the group now. And I seen that you have improvements or you have a lot of work doing. So I really believe that this group could do it.
For sure, bro. For sure.
Yeah, man.
Let me see if we could run this little thing here. I'm not sure.
Oh, bro.
Yo.
Wagwan, tell him to just. I don't really believe in the convincing game, you know what I mean? But just off the experience with you personally, by just for knowledge sake now, there's philosophy I don't to trust people to now by, and a lot of them might know me personally, but I also is a full-time trader as well too. But my department of trading is binary, right? I trade binary full-time, the same time they should was talking about a while back, and although I have a little bit self-taught at that point, Marlo, he gonna know he have a big part to play in my transition from job to full-time now, boy. You know what I mean? So I personally come back to the original source now to come across to the forex side now. So as I said, Marlo is one. Because many people try to get me into all kind of groups, you know, there's always been that way. But when it comes like trust and, you know, credibility and thing, yeah, boy. Marlo, all our way, boy.
Blessings, my brother, boy.
Yeah, well, I did binary for a short space of time. I was profitable, but not in the long run. So, and you know, binary have more emotions.
What? What?
I had to cool out. I couldn't deal with that. Every time I press a trade, looking at it, waiting for the time to count down and thing.
Yeah.
So I had to leave that for a little while. I believe I had to cool out from that.
Yo, again. So especially from me, bro. If nobody else, so it's a balance, because like the instructors, they so they're sharp but aggressive, right? So I mean, my sharp, like they're on point with the entries and everything, and they're aggressive, so they go jam now, boy. Right, so you'll make money with them. For me now, I conservative. So what I would do is calm you down. Right, so it depends. So for me, I learn more aggressive trading from them to be able to maximize my profits. So I get that from them. And in terms of my style, if you're too hot-headed, I will slow you down. We go wait on a trade. You know, you sit down and breathe now. So I am
right.
I risk averse. So you get a mix of whatever you're looking for. So for me, I feed enough of their energy to be a little bit more brave and aggressive in my entries to make more money. Because I do make money just slower, and I would assist even with them, right? Just take your time a little bit more and maintain, right? So you know what I mean. Sometimes you go jump in, sometimes you wait for a better entry. You watch your candle play out. You slow it down now. So I just breathe through my trades then. You understand? Plenty people do breathe through the trade now. You know, you just jump in now, but I don't have FOMO. FOMO don't catch me at all. I am
okay.
Right. So I think somebody was asking. Where is the prices? So it's a subscription service, right? So it's $100 USD for the month. However, I know people let's say, oh God, subscription by 100, but I think you will get a lot of value for the 100. So you get any classes day and night, morning and evening, also midday and a Wednesday. You get any copy trading service where you could attach your account to this with the same 100. Now it's slow, sustainable growth, right? But they could put $100 in your account you have access to. And you also get the signals and the prop firm management and so on. There's some other things in terms of even passing your prop firms for you. And we're looking into it. Just have one little thing we're working on to be able to get it properly. To be able to link prop firms. So you'll be able to pass your prop firm for you and manage it. Right? So the idea in general, so I don't want to talk about the plan, but in general what we would like to do or want to bring as a service solely is you would pass the prop firm and then maintain the prop firm. Because to get it is one thing, but to keep it is another. And so that's a service we're looking into to be able to just pass the prop firms on your behalf, and then we'll maintain the prop firms for you. Right? So you have that in the making, but for right now you have the copy trading service, you have the signals you will be getting. We could even take our people in the group and see. Right? So I think some other work will be in here already for those of you who like don't know like the TikTok people or whatever. And we have 503 on TikTok live right now. That's blessings, right? So you get any signals, you get any percentages, right? Everything coming in, right? So that the results and then we may get into the results. Copy trading. I think this is what for today up 16% or something. So for the week so far on the copy trading, right? Yeah, the forex signals. So you get any signals and you get everything, you know, coming into your stock option. That's free long-term investing. That one guy dedicated to just doing that. News and stuff. Let's keep up to date. Then it's like crypto signals only, right? BTC and altcoins. Right, so there are plenty little things for those of you who not in the group so far. Right, so it's again all kind of thing in here now. Right, so it's, as I say, is $100 US for the subscription, and but again all these things to help maintain the thing now. Right. So like for the copy trading and all too, right? Again, they get to keep 60% of the money, and they take 40% every week. So once the week ending profits, then that will be the profit split on on it now, right? So that if it is interested, TikTok people who just in the group are not sure, right, or they could look into it and see if it's a right fit for you now, right?
Okay. Question on that copy trading.
Yeah.
When they're doing the split of the profits weekly, right? The person had to make the withdrawal and send it back to them.
No.
Or something like that.
No, it's an automated system. So you keeping your money, the broker itself does manage that. Right? So at the end of the week, the broker, which is Xness they use, it would withdraw the 60% for them and place it in their account, and then you would just get to keep the rest of the profits. So you keep your money, it's automated, nobody have to interact now. All them have to use is trade, all you have to use withdraw.
Oh, so you could withdraw what you're going to be seeing at the end of the week because they would take whatever is for them or whatever.
Yeah, you can withdraw every day if you so desire.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah, so every week you get the market returns, right? So for the guy on TikTok, right? There is no guarantees on returns in trading. Zero. Right? There is zero guarantees on returns in trading. You are not guaranteed anything. So it would have days or weeks where we would do good and you will get money, and there are days and weeks we will do bad. You may lose money. There are some weeks you may not even trade. So trading is not an income source where every week is sure to get money and a guaranteed X amount. It's based on probabilities. So for instance, they could get a good week, and that good week could take it for 2 weeks and no trading. You know what I mean? So it's just a game you play now, right? So if you aim for profit every week, you will put too much pressure on the system, and you might be too aggressive, or you might trade FOMO and you will miss out, and you'll make bad moves now, right? So that's not what you're looking at in terms of trading. You're looking at it as you get where you get, you take where you get, right? So you have your trading plan, you look for your setups in particular, and you take those. Right? If it is you don't get it, you don't take it. It's kind of like that how it does function now, right? So while we do aim to make profits every week, and for the most part we do, they don't have any guarantees on that now, right? It's just a matter of if it how the market give you get it, right? So it's not, as I said, not income source. So don't come into it and think, well, I go and get some of the money every week and I go and make better money. Is an investment tool, So you look at it more medium to long term. Right, so yes, every week you could get money. It could be nice, but then you also have to remember that it may have a bad week. Your portfolio might be down, whatever, and you push on from there now. So when you get it, you take it, you manage it, and then when it is you don't get it, well, you're all right now, but because you pick back up or whatever, right? So medium to long term. So even if you get money every week, you can still look at it over a month period, a 2 month, 3 month period, quarterly, So you look at trading like that now. That way you go take pressure off you and the system itself, right? The needing of the money is be an issue with trading, right? When you now start, most times when we now start, we just need the money now, right? But that is be an issue because that's not how it does work now, right? So just keep that in mind when it is a coming into it, and any money. People don't like to hear it, and a lot of people come to me and they get turned off by me, because of how I just talk about the systems. I will sell it with all the pain points at first, because I don't want nobody to come and say, but you tell me this and you tell me that, and then there's problems now, right? Any money you are using to trade with, any money at all, you must have that money to lose. I'm not telling you you're going to lose your money, but you can. So please, if you know you're taking a rent money or your money for your bills or your children snack money, do not bring it here. Me in particular, I just refuse service. I just ask you what your financial goals are, and I just ask you how much money you have to lose. If you cannot lose any money, you cannot trade. Please do not take your money, your last, and come here with it. I, in particular, will refuse you service. Right? You can't do it. Trading is a very risky and volatile thing that you can't lose money with. You have to be comfortable and aware of the risk involved and come with that to, you know what I mean? So if you lost your money, you had to be able to say, well, hey, I know the risk involved. Right? I'm not telling you that because I'm planning on losing the money. And just to make it seem like that, but trading is designed like that. It's something called a zero-sum game. A zero-sum game is somebody have to lose in order for somebody to win. Football, cricket, chess, zero-sum games. It don't have no ties. Somebody either win or loss. If a football game come and the tie, we had to go to penalties. Somebody have to lose. Zero-sum game, right? So once you're winning, somebody crying somebody next side of the world now. Cause you're playing against people there's again. Right? And when it is your loss, a man pocket fat, right? Use liquidity. So let's keep that in mind when it is you're coming on to the system. Just know what is a risk you're taking. It's a gamble, and it's not really a gamble, but you know what I mean. And you could come into that now. And once you have that mindset, slow, steady, sustainable gains. I have the money that I'm willing to put at risk in order to achieve those gains. Then you will have a wonderful trading career. Other than that, you will have a hard time with this thing now. Okay, every day you're watching this and sweating. Because when you're not drawdown, you're sweating. When you're making no money, you're sweating. So that's thing now.
What do you want to do?
60 US for the prop firm. 60 US, not 600. 60. Oh, come on. What about the copy trade? Who to get for that? I'm not sure if it have anything linked in there. For now, let's click the link in my bio, WhatsApp the number, and I would push it to the system, right? We will take the last of the question. We have Richard in an hour for stock trading midday, right? So I don't want to stay too long. My alpha call session is run for 2 hours, but I find this game is getting diminishing returns if we stay too long. It's only so much you're not going to go take now. So if you have no more questions, anybody have anything to say?
All I have to say is I like your style and you're real right on, buddy.
All right, blessings, bro, blessings. I appreciate that, man. Like good vibes. Yeah, dog, you doing it for real, kicksy thing.
Same here, man. I really like your vibes too. I appreciate it. I look forward to getting your help with the platforms because I get through 2 accounts.
All right, let's go. Blessings, brother. Happy to have you on the inside, man. All right, happy to have you on the inside. If it had a pretty sub, you would have seen one of the instructors, them right, they will sort you over there. And if you do that,
I'll message in the chat and I'll organize payment for you guys.
All right, let's go, brother. Happy to have you on the inside, man.
All right.
Appreciate it here,
bro.
Man.
Appreciate all the help too.
I send my WhatsApp, so I'm gonna join too.
All right, cool, Diane. Let's go.
Yes, let's go.
Happy to have all them, man. Happy to have all them. You would, at the very least, you would love it. You would enjoy doing it. It's a very enjoyable thing to do. It's a nice thing to do, but I'm telling you. When I find out about it, I fall in love with this thing, but I couldn't peel myself away from the screen. It's a real nice thing. I'm telling you, when they get a little money and things feel real good, boy. When they get a little wins, once you can keep it now, that's where this boils down to. Yeah, boy.
Once you can keep it, that didn't bowling. Once you can keep it.
Yeah. So for me, I course on here and thing, bro. I dent, and if you lost him, don't show me a win and don't show me a withdrawal, right? Pull all the money, bro. Pull it out. Even if you get your first money, bro, and you're going to spend your first money, I ain't vex. Enjoy it, right? Long term, yes, we had other things to manage your money, right? So we could invest in coins, so whole and stuff. There are a few different coins, so we could invest in there. We could buy stocks with Richard. I just funnel my trading money into e-commerce, so all them things I have, right? But and they get a little money to still enjoy it, right? Still do something.
That is the first thing I'd like to do is to build a secure base, foundation.
Yeah.
I ain't no wild man with my money because I tell you, you say you're what, 30 years old, I'm 29.
Right.
And I need to build up a good steady foundation before I get any thoughts of being wild with my money.
Correct.
And even so, if I had thoughts of being wild with my money, I'm going to slap myself. Because that's not the way I grew up.
For sure. That we need
for sure.
Yeah, that we need to have be doing it for real. I wish everybody the best of luck on here. Whether you join or not, it don't matter. You're still getting the class. We here for you. I particularly love to do this. I really and truly enjoy it. I love meeting the people. I like the whole vibe of it. Alright, so I just wish everybody the best of luck in whatever it is. Even if it is you come on, you don't like trading, it's a plenty things to do to make money. right? So it's not just this. This is a medium we use them, but it's a real thing to do. So just stay on it. Let's stay on the money, wherever the money is. Like, you watch my TikTok page, all kind of thing I trying to do. Let's stay on the money, right? One of the benefits are here is that everybody on the same wavelength, you know? So you'll be around people who doing the same thing, so you'll be in a little community. But other than that, just let's be on it now. Save your money, manage your money. You know what I mean? Just do the thing. Wherever work hard, whatever you're doing double that. Let's do more. Let's grind. Let's grind. You know, like for me, right? Just grind.
My advice is the same effort you put in to go to your day job every day and grind and get nothing in return. No thanks, nothing. Take that energy and put it towards yourself now.
Yeah.
That's my mentality.
Correct. Let's invest. Let's learn our skill, right? So I'll leave for with this last thing. The money you receive from the world is based on the value you provide. So I'll repeat it again. The money you receive from the world is based on the value you provide. So for instance, no shade to minimum wage workers, right? I used to work Subway. Right? Actually, me working Subway.
I was a cashier.
Right. Me working Subway is what changed my trading career because I see how much money they used to make selling bread. Right? Subway used to tell you they were $20,000-$30,000 for a shift. And a shift, 6 to 8 hours every single day, they're making $30,000-$40,000. And I one branch. It had 48 branches at the point in time when I was working there. And each branch making that money. So I said, but them selling bread, lettuce and chicken and things. And like, oh, that is crazy, bro. All that money. And then them KFC blew my mind. And I was like, money, all this money, boy. But sandwiches is not necessarily the bread, it's the convenience at the selling again, a healthy, quick option.
Convenience, yes.
Right?
Yes.
So if it is you could do something that a lot of people could do, then you will get paid relatively small for it because the skill level is low. Right? So anybody could train to do flipper burger. No shade if you're doing that, you're doing. It's not about what you're doing in particular like that. Do what you need to do to survive. It's fine. Work, grind, save, do whatever. But the skill.
I can't see my man told an honest day work.
No. Not in the slightest. Not in the least, bro. Do what you have to do. Do what you have to do.
Yes.
But you have to understand that what you are doing is also something that requires low skill. So your skill level is how important of a job you are doing. Not saying that your job is not important to you and to the economy, it is. But generally, how much effort does it take to, you know what I mean? To do the thing you're doing. How much other people could do what you're doing.
The thing too is that the low end job, they take a lot of effort because these people, is busy whole day. There's a whole lot of effort.
For sure.
But the skill is a simple skill. So even though you're putting in plenty effort for the job, you will not get rewarded the same way.
Is low skill you're putting in, right? The training process is minimal, right? So on the flip side of that, let's pay people to learn to trade because the skill level is high. Professional athletes get paid great. How much people could be a professional athlete, right? Or if it is you go to school and you get how much of your degrees and whatever, you'll get paid differently for the effort required to develop the thing. How much people does the thing help? You know what I mean? So the wealthiest people in the world, the richest people, everything global, everything Amazon and Tesla and Apple, everything about these companies, Samsung and then, they revolutionize the world, you know. They help a lot of people globally, right? So they're some of the richest people in the world because of the thing they provide to everybody, you know, right? So your skill level will be determined by what you earn. So trading is a skill like any other, you know. We just want to do it now, but if you're going to school and you're doing a degree or whatever, it might take you a year to 4 depending on what you're doing. You could give yourself that same time to trade, you know. You don't feel like you might get it in a month, right? Now you would make money, especially like via the groups, because you have people providing you with trades and signals. But for you to develop, because let me tell you something. I learned. It took me about 2 years to learn to trade. So I learned to trade essentially in about 3 weeks, right? The thing, drawing lines on each screen, right? In about 3 weeks, I could draw lines on each screen. Nothing. To execute the trades, pressure. It take me the next 2 years to learn to execute properly. I execute and trade profitably for about 6 months. I learned to trade about 2 years. Profitably executing forex trades. Imagine that. Now start to execute properly. Because I get the skill, I can't manage the risk. Can't manage the emotions. And I sit down here.
There's a whole day class.
Huh? If ever? Is that Russell saying there? So you're saying there, right? Say it with your chest, now. Alright. So as I said, is it take a little bit of time, right? So as I say, you get paid for these skills. So once it is you learn you give yourself time with you give yourself enough grace and stuff, you will eventually inevitably get it done now, right? So your skill level was what would pay you. So if it is you don't have any skills, or you essentially don't have much value to offer to the world at large, then you will get paid for where you're at in life now, right? So that's focus on the skill, and the money is in the skill itself. So once you get the skill, you will get the money now, right? The total you get from the prop firm is 90% of whatever you make at the end of it now, right? So it's not really a total, it's how much money you make, you get 90% of whatever profits you make now, right? So that's it. So if any more questions, we have Richard for 12 o'clock. Next 30 minutes. Stocks.
Okay, nice being here.
All right, later. I'll talk to you.
Bye-bye.
Same here. Everybody have a good day.
All right, later, man. We'll talk.
Check the WhatsApp and answer me.
Yeah, for sure. I'll do that now. TikTok. We go on by.